Hey, what's up guys? Joe here with Steel Ops. Sorry I looked like I went on a weekend bender. Maybe I did. But wanted to make some videos for you guys. Put out some new content. We've had a lot of things happening on social media lately. And just want to keep putting out accurate and reliable information. So a couple videos ago, I think we put out a couple videos maybe a couple weeks ago, and we did one comparing a Steel Ops plate next to the HESCO L210. We did some edge shots where we shot the steel plate 1 inch from the edge, and then we did the same on the HESCO L210, and then we did some angled impact tests, 45-degree angle impact tests. If you guys haven't seen those videos, great information. I think the results probably surprise some people. So you should go check those out just for context. But in one of the other videos that we posted, I was talking about how I'm a pretty firm believer that there is no end-all be-all type of body armor. And that I don't just say that, I actually practice that. I personally spend my own money on other types of armor. Steel Ops is obviously a very trusted armor of mine. That's because I've seen it, I've tested it, I've used it. I easily put my life behind it, and it's sort of my go-to plate for everyday use. However, what if you're up against big calibers? You know, maybe you need level 4. What if you're going to be wearing your kit all day, and I'm talking like 12 hours, but you're going to be out there for a while? What then, man? You don't want to be wearing, 7 or 8 pound plates all day. I mean, maybe you can, but my point being is there's different plates for different applications. So I kind of caveated that by saying that the only exception to that, in my experience, is that I've never chosen to buy 100% UHMW or poly plates. And the reason for that was just their susceptibility to M855. Literally, as I was saying that, I thought to myself, well, that's silly. I can't sit here and say, well, I believe that all types of armor have a niche in the industry, and then not, put my money where my mouth is. So I did. So I talked to some people in the armor industry, and I went out and I bought myself a set of poly plates. And at the recommendation of a couple, I got many recommendations, but at the recommendation of a couple guys that I trust, I ended up going with a 10x12 Gen 2, I believe is what they call it, from Prime Armor. And the reason for it was simply just weight and cost. This plate was, I think individually they're sold at $250, so for the set you're looking at $500. But these plates come in at just under 4 pounds, which is insanely light. I think they're actually positive point. So very cool, very lightweight. And as compared to, say, a Steel Ops like Armis plate, I'll hold these up so you guys can see them. So the Armis plate comes in at 6 pounds. So the Prime Armor plate is a full 2 pounds lighter, which is great. A little bit of coverage area, you're picking up a little bit of coverage area. The Armis is a 8.75 by 11.5. Now the Prime Armor is a single curve plate, whereas the Armis is a what we call our tri-curve. See these 2 bends there, and then the one up at the top. Guys, obviously steel is going to be thinner. Steel is some of the thinnest armor on the market. Steel Ops plates come in at about 1/2 inch, whereas the Prime Armor plate comes in at about 1.22 inches thick. So substantially thicker, just under 3 times thicker than the steel plate, but again, different plates for different applications. All right, guys, we got one of our Armis plates set up at a 45-degree angle down here. You can see the witness paper that we have set up right here. Down here is an angle finder, and again, in that plate carrier, it's the carrier's already been shot up, but what we're really looking for is any marks on that white paper. So we've got 2 rounds of M193 going in the magazine. We're going to be shooting that out of a 16-inch DPMS upper, and the muzzle of my gun, guys, is going to be at 10 feet from the plate. I'm going to go lean that carrier up just a little bit. Second shot. All right, take you down there. Take a look at this. Get this thing set up so that the camera doesn't shake. There we go. All right, so as you can see, we had our angle finder set up right there. This is a 45-degree angle. Again, guys, the carrier was already shot up, but really what we're looking for is, did we get any black marks on this paper? And the obvious answer is no. So let's pull this plate out. We'll check for penetrations, even though it's highly unlikely that we got any. Okay, so your sticker's pretty mangled there. So if that's important to you, sorry. But no penetrations on the back side. Guys, that is a core test sample point. That is not a penetration. That is on all of our plates. This is one of our NAJ certified models. And your bullet impacts were there, it looks like, and there. So that circle is I think it's a 6-inch circle. So, all right, I had to cut that video. So here's the ammunition going back in the gun. Again, M193. I won't drop it this time. 16-inch barrel. 10 feet. Pretty good results there from the prime plate. Let's take you down there. Nice and clean, no marks on the paper. Just, yeah. There's your 2 impacts. I can actually feel the heat just a little bit in the surface. It like goes in and kind of like spread out. Back face deformation, well, almost nothing. I would actually kind of hope that's the case. The plate's 1.25 inches thick, so if it's bulging that. So great results there for M193 at a 45-degree angle on both plates. So kudos to both plates. That is exactly what we're looking for. Let's go on to testing something else. All right, guys. So in some of our other videos or clips, you've heard me say that I also own a set of RMA 1155s for level 4. And as promised, I'm going to shoot them, even though I don't want to. I have one of my RMA 1155s here. Put that into the camera. Not quite as thick as the prime armor plate. This one's only about 1 inch thick. It is NIJ certified for level 4. That means it'll stop, if I'm not mistaken, at least 1 round of 30-06 AP, although I'm pretty sure I've seen videos of it stopping like way more than that, like 6 or something like that. So very popular level 4 plate, very heavy, 8.3 pounds. So need to be in good shape, but the price if you look at the price compared to other level 4s on the market, suddenly weight starts to not matter a whole lot. So what I will say about both the RMA 1155 and the Prime Armor Gen 2 plate is that I did notice shouldering a rifle was different. Not something you couldn't train out of, but it is different than shooting with like an L210 or a Steel Ops plate. So, all right, guys. So we got our RMA 1155 loaded up down there. This is the single curve version, by the way. They sell a multi-curve version, but it's for whatever reason they haven't NIJ certified the multi-curve version yet. I assume they'll do so at some point, but the multi-curve version I think is like $20 more per plate. This is the single curve version, so in any case, not that that's really going to matter a whole lot for this test. So 3 rounds, 1 round of M193, 2 rounds of M855. We're going to be shooting that out of a 16-inch barrel. We are at a 45-degree angle, and the muzzle of my gun will be 10 feet from the plate. Keep an eye on that white paper down there. Guys, if for some reason, this plate falls off and hits down below, A, understand there's sand down there. 2, also understand that the myth about ceramic plates needing to be inspected if they're dropped is exactly that. It's almost kind of a myth. From that level down, that is not going to compromise that plate at all. To be NIJ certified for level 4, they have to endure a drop test from 48 inches anyway. And the RMA 1155, if I'm not mistaken, does have padding on it to prevent cracks and stuff like that on the face. So in any case, here we go. Let's take some shots. 10 feet. We are shooting M855 first and then M193. All right, we're going to pause right there. I'll take you down there so you can see the base of this plate. Okay. Lift this sucker back up. So the plate was sitting like that. That's what you got. That first round was M855. I think that kind of speaks for itself. Pull it out so you can see the plate. Guys, nothing's going to get through that. That is a level 4 plate. You are not getting through that with M855. I mean, look at how shallow the M855 went into the ceramic there. I mean, it did, M855 like barely scratched the surface of the ceramic. You know, all hard surfaces can create fragmentation, particularly at angles, and a lot of times the tests are done straight on, and that's good. That's a good testing method. But at angles, guys, any hard surface, unless there's a system there to mitigate fragmentation, can cause it. One round, M193. (16" Take it down. So that's interesting. There is your carrier. So it's obviously not just a clean bullet hole through, you guys. I mean, there's enough going on there that if it was just a bullet hole, it would look like that. You know what I mean? But something is going in and it's got enough energy coming out to tear, you know, cordura. And as you can tell, you know, even with a ceramic plate that I use, I knew what these results were going to do, and I still chose to buy this plate. So again, it's not a knock against the plate. It's just, you got to stop believing just everything that gets said on the internet and start using common sense, guys. If there's a hard surface there, whether it's glass, concrete, ceramic, steel, whatever, the possibility of fragmentation is there. And don't get me wrong, I think the 1155 is a good fit for that. And it is one of the plates that fits into, you know, what I consider good armor out on the market. So, M855 on our prime armor plate, going in the magazine. Out of our 16" DPMS at 10 feet. Rumor has it, this is what will ruin poly armor. Down there. We did get a pass through. So you can see the hole right there, and you can see the hole right there. Let's check our paper. There they are. So there's 2 hits. Guys, I knew that was going to happen. Again, that's not a knock against the prime armor plate. But poly armor serves a specific purpose. It has a specific niche. And stopping M855 is not it. And that, again, that's not to say that the body armor plate does not have a place. It's just you need to know that you're not going to be up against that type of ammunition. I've said this before to other people who have asked about poly plates. Maritime, if you're out in the ocean, if you're going to be you know, on a boat, someplace where you're in water deeper than you can, you know, stand up, that's a pretty good fit. Because I don't want to be swimming with you know, 8.3 pound ceramic RMA 1155s. I don't even want to be swimming with 6 pound Steel Ops plates. You know. So it just depends on the application. So 2 rounds going in. Again, 28 barrel, 10 feet. Good stops there. I believe these were my hits. I wanted to kind of put one close to the edge of that prime armor plate just to kind of see what the results were. So really nice job there by the prime armor plate, being able to stop that. A little bit of bulging from the M193 out of a 20-inch barrel. These are your two penetrations, guys, from the M855. These were our two 45-degree angle hits. These were our M855s. These were our M193s. All right, again, out of thoroughness, we're gonna do the exact same test on the Armis plate that we previously shot. So 2 rounds of M855 going in, as M855 has a very difficult time defeating steel armor. So I'm telling you right now, this is not gonna go through, but we're gonna do the test anyway. If anything, this will just help kind of demonstrate fragmentation control too. So. That is a fresh carrier though. All right, I'll take you down there. All right. Like I said, that is a fresh carrier. So you can see, guys, no tears on the carrier. Through the sides, not the bottom. Ooh, actually, we did get a little bit through the bottom. Oh, actually, never mind. That's spray paint. That's the paint coming off the box. Let me see if I can get it to do it again. Yeah, a little bit. That's the spray paint coming off the box. I'll pull this plate out. We'll look at the actual plate, the coating edge. That'll tell us more than anything. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, the coating is still intact there. There's no cracks or anything like that. So just spray paint on the bottom of the carrier, no penetrations. Again, core test sample point, not a penetration, so that you guys can see that those are not tears. So I know I'm gonna get some dude on YouTube saying that I'm lying. That is black spray paint. Let me see if I can get it to duplicate right here. Yeah, see? All right, on to the next test. All right, so like clockwork, every time we release a video, somebody says, oh, you're not shooting your steel plate with 20-inch barrels in M193. M193. $20-inch barrel. Scale it. Get 10 feet. I did peel the sticker off this plate down here so you can see it a little bit better. Look at the results. Okay, we had, sorry, my camera angle sucks. 1, 2, 3. I want to zoom in and see if you guys can see the smoke coming out of here still. You can see that? I don't know, maybe not. Close. Broke the label a little bit. Again, guys, not a penetration. That is a core test sample point. Hole is intentional. Dented the label a little bit, but pretty minimal back face deformation. I'll zoom in just so you guys can definitely see these are not penetrations. All right. Hopefully, you guys can see that. All right.